Simmers Gap.
Yay,
We made it.
season 2.
Yay. So this is obviously the first episode, and we're really excited about it.
Excited.
So we're going to start off just by catching up on all we missed.
Yeah, because it's been a good 6 months or so since our last. No, it's been like 8 months since our last episode.
Yeah, so we want to catch up on all the packs and stuff that came out while we weren't recording. And we're glad that you're here for it.
Oh, yeah, we missed you guys.
I know we were really excited when we were recording the teasers last week. We got a little excited, a little ahead of ourselves. All right, so, let's just dive in.
Okay.
I'm gonna defer to you, the queen of Dine Out, since you have an entire challenge slash series about it going on right now.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Dine Out.
Yeah, so Dine Out was the first pack released pretty much after we stopped recording for the season. And yeah, so we want to talk about it, pros, cons, things we really love, things we really don't love. And I guess you can talk a lot about what it's like running a restaurant, since I haven't done much of it.
Yeah, I can.
So tell everyone what you're running a restaurant for in case they don't know.
So, I guess I have to give a little background first. So my Pruitt legacy. Hey,
Sorry, go ahead.
Hey. In the Pruitt legacy, my Generation 9 heir, he was supposed to be a restaurateur. He said he wanted to open up restaurants all around the world. But of course, without actual restaurants, that was kind of hard to do. So he opened up a cafe, which was really lame. But, for story purposes, it worked. So legacy was over in like February, you guys remember. And then Simmers Gab was over at the time. And like weeks later, Dine Out comes out. And I'm like, Jonathan's dead. This is what he needed. So I went back to a previous save when he was younger and alive. And I wanted to make his dream come true. And so I was thinking about all this stuff, and I kind of made up a challenge. I called it the Restaurant Challenge. So creative. Where you pretty much have to put a restaurant in all of the five worlds. There's certain criteria, like you have to have a 5-star restaurant, build up the employee skills, yada, 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 yada. So that's what I've been doing with Dine Out. Yay.
All right. So as an owner of a restaurant, how do you feel? I guess let's talk about like what it's like, the good parts, the bad parts, whatever.
First of all, I just want to say Dine Out is my absolute favorite pack. Mm-hmm. I actually love it. And I was so looking forward to it. Oh my God. So, owning a restaurant is way not better. Well, better as in less stress for you, the player, than running a retail shop, which is work for you. I mean, you guys out there that have a shop, it's just so
6 hours later, you ring up one customer.
Yes.
Fun.
Seriously, yeah. So it's much smoother because the employees, since they're being hired for certain things, they come to work, they work, You as the player, your sim, you're really the manager. Like You're not an employee at all. So in a way that's nice, because if you wanted your sim to just sit back and watch all day, you could do that. But at the same time, it's like, well, what if my sim really loves to cook like Jonathan, and sometimes he wants to go and help the chef, or what if the restaurant gets backed up and you want to help bust. Well, you can actually bust tables if you want, but that's about all you can do. Okay. But yeah, it's a very good experience. I mean, of course, it's so buggy. Oh my goodness, it's so buggy.
The whole game right now is buggy.
It is.
Like, I find that, like, I'll have two people who are in the same room, two Sims, go to have a conversation, and they have to go up the stairs into the bathroom and through into the bedroom to have that conversation. I'm like,
yeah,
this is not a bedroom conversation. You were already in the living room. You could have just done it down there. But anyways.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know if it's because of some CC I've downloaded recently, but I'm getting like a lot of glitches I never had. Like, everyone will be sitting and all of a sudden they'll just be up. And I'm like,
no, that happens in my game too.
Yeah?
Even as a patron of a restaurant, because the one thing I can contribute is that I go to restaurants all the time to get my Sims out of the house for a realistic reason. And yeah, I'll seat them. They'll get seated and they'll be like, one goes to the bathroom and they don't even have like their bladder's not, they don't need to go, or they'll get up and just go stand at the bar and then come back, and then the other one will get up, and I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening right now, but you should all sit down and eat. It's already a long process as it is. Let's get it started.
It is. About owning restaurants, it's really great that all the perks you buy actually apply to you, the household. So any restaurant you own will have the same perks. So
that's really neat.
Yeah. So the first restaurant you open, it'll be a struggle because, but as you keep buying perks and everything, the next ones you open, man, it should be a piece of cake to, get it up to 5 stars and your employees, together. So I haven't started my second restaurant yet because, there's this glitch where you can't have a dessert only menu, and I wanted an ice cream shop. So I haven't opened up a second restaurant yet, but I love it. I do.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun also as a player who doesn't run a restaurant. I mean, it's
something different.
So awesome to get calls from friends or family members saying, hey, I just need to get out of the house. Let's get brunch, let's get breakfast. I love that. I love it because you get to see Sims you wouldn't maybe normally see. And then again, it's just like to me, it's a more realistic reason for like a family oriented game for people to go out. So like going clubbing or to a party at the Bluffs with grandparents is a little tiny bit weird, but meeting them for dinner is a lot less.
You know what? So in the beginning of Dine Out, I don't know how this worked, but random Sims will be paired together to go out to dinner. And it's like, why are you here with him?
Right.
I'm going to call your wife, But I haven't seen that they actually fixed that in the release notes. But now I'm seeing the actual families will dine together. I'm like, oh, look.
When I was
playing Joneses, they're all out together. How cute.
When I was playing the Skinners, when I was playing My Legacy, and how at the end there I had Dayton out a lot with at restaurants, I would always see like Ryan and her husband and their kids out, or even like people that you guys never knew about just because I didn't include eighth cousins in the family tree, but I still knew that they were family. It was cute to see them out, and even though I didn't include it in the story, Dayton would chat with them, and it was just kind of fun way to just see them again. So I do. I think it adds something really nice. I think even in the household itself, the stuff that we got for it is really fun, and it just adds the little knickknacks and bric-a-brac that you want in the kitchen. It kind of adds more of that stuff.
I love the stuff that came with it. I use it all. Well, not all, but a lot of it.
Me too. Yeah, I don't use the business card holder in the house, but...
Well, yeah, and that big thing that's in Shea Llama, that thing, I don't know what it is. That big white, ripply looking...
Yeah. I've actually seen some houses that I, on the community, on the lot that are on the community that was really nice with them. They're huge and ridiculous, and I don't think I have a Sim that needs it, but they fit it into the design of the house.
Really. Yeah, it can work. I'm not that talented.
Yeah, I downloaded a house with one of them that I'm just going to move some random peeps into, but yeah, It's really nice. I think overall it is probably also my favorite pack as far as usefulness and as far as adding to the storytelling aspect of it. Without, again, like Granite Falls is cool, but you have to like head out to Granite Falls. You have to make like a vacation out of it.
And it's the same thing. If you've done it once, you know.
Right. Then you're just doing it for storytelling purposes. Yeah, I agree. So 10 points for EA for putting out at least one pack that doesn't make us wish we could take our money back.
Yes.
I spend that on So, okay. So, yeah. So that was Dying Out. Which one do you want to talk about next? Backyard Stuff?
Backyard Stuff, yeah. Another one I actually liked.
So this is the Slip and Slide pack.
Slip and Slide pack, yes.
Jess likes to affectionately name all packs after the one item you actually want from them.
Yeah, I've used the Slip and Slide once, but and it's fun. I love watching them just slide and just crash and burn.
And yes, I like to see my sins get hurt.
It's very entertaining watching them, just kind of belly flop down the thing. But it's cool when they try to do tricks too, and it actually works.
Yeah.
But I love all the stuff you get with backyard stuff. I actually I think I plopped everything, across several houses. I think I've used everything in that pack.
Is such a good pack. I downloaded it right before Dayton's young adult birthday in my legacy, because I just wanted, she has a younger brother, Preston, who at that time was a child, and I just wanted to have things for them to do and reasons for them all to get together, because really the backyard, if you're not in the pool, if you don't have a pool, and then once you're like a teenager, you can't use the monkey bars, you can't use the ship or whatever. So yeah, so I downloaded it for that, and it was so fun. And I redid the whole backyard. I love the colors of the benches. We were talking about this. I love that there are more subtle colors for people who aren't. And then there are those like really fun bright colors for those of us who have like a family that could really use them. I love the birds. Please, I love the birds so much from the bird feeder.
Even though their fake is all get out.
Yeah, but I love that they can fly in and out, and you can kind of see it, and I don't know, it adds extra sound. I feel like there's better bird sound. I love the wind chimes.
Yes, the wind chimes are nice.
I think they're in every house I've built, even though I'm like, these people won't use the wind chime to click.
But you don't really use wind chimes. They're just there, even in real life. You put them out on your porch and... What?
I grew up in a wind chimeless household my whole life, so I don't understand the point of them, but they sound really pretty.
Well, I mean, there is no point. They're just there to make beautiful music, if you can call it that.
I think so. They get such cute little moodlets when they're out by the wind chimes too. So.
Oh yeah.
They get like I don't even know what it is, but just like from the wind chimes, like a little positive moodlet from it.
Aww.
So it's nice when you need to boost their mood. Yeah, it's fun. I like the drink tray too. That's really fun. I always try to fill something up for that. And I even use the rugs, those outdoor rugs. I use them inside because they're bright colors. They look great in kids' rooms or in like houses that you're doing a little eclectic. Brightens up. So,
hey folks, Just2G here. Pardon this brief interruption for a very, very, very special, important announcement. It is time to announce the winner of the Stuff Pack giveaway. So, I assigned everyone a number who commented on our video, and I randomly generated a number from random.org, and the lucky winner is Carried Away Sims. Woo! Congratulations, Carried Away Sims. You are the lucky winner of any stuff pack of your choosing. So, please send us a direct message on Twitter at SimmersGab, or if you're not on Twitter, send us either me or Rosie a private message on the forums or any other way you know how to get in contact with us so we can get us that code, so we can get you that code to you. All right. Thanks everyone for playing along. This will not be the only giveaway we do, so stay tuned to our future episodes to see what you can win next. All right? Enjoy the rest of the episode. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 things we actually liked.
Yes, we actually like these things.
And, oh wait, we didn't even talk
Surprise.
about all the cool like hairstyles and clothes that came with them, which we don't have to necessarily get into, but I loved this. I love the skinnies. I love the hairstyle that came with backyard stuff. I'm like, it is overall, those 2 packs are like everything I've pretty much used.
Yeah.
And then there's kid stuff, which we differ on a little bit.
Yeah. Overall, I like the kids' room stuff. I have yet to go down the droid critter path.
Void critters. I started in my game today. I started them.
I will once I get to the next house in my rotation, because I kind of set myself up to do that in the last time I was at their house in the story. It's like, why did you say that? But it was just so natural. It's like, yeah, my dad's going to get me one. Oh, that means I have to buy the pack. Okay. But yeah, so I haven't done that yet, but I like the little decorations and knickknacks you can put in the kids' rooms. The bed I don't hate.
No, I actually like the bed.
I like the bed. Wish there were a few beds to choose from, but you know,
that's what stuff packs are. One thing, several colors.
Yes.
Have fun. Yeah. I mean, I like it. There's parts of it I really like. Like you said, I like the furniture that came with it. I like the colors. They're a little bit less childish than like the kid bed, but they're not quite like, you know, the adult double-sized bed. So I do like that, because I am even using it for some of my teenagers in a story. But there's just this little tiny part of me that's just like, you can't. I don't like the pictures on the dresser or on the armoire thing.
Yeah.
I can't change them. They're like random kids' faces. Same with the light strings. I really like the idea of it. I guess I don't understand the coding behind it, so I don't understand why we couldn't click to put the small picture. I mean, we can take small pictures with our camera, so why can't we click and put those in there?
Well, it's the same pictures, and then there's the shirt that has the kids on it, which totally freaks me out. I'm like, why is there a huge face of some kid?
You know, like the kids who like idolize like Justin Bieber and have
Well, yeah,
shirts.
that's the thing. I think that's what those pictures are for. You know, it's part of the collection of, hey, I'm like, let's say they're from some show that's on that tween channel or something. That's probably what it is. But I don't want the kids on my dressers.
Yeah, I mean, there are some that don't have them, which is nice. But I don't know. I felt like I was hoping for more. That was all that I got it, and I was like, I just still, either you're playing sports or you're a really girly girl. Like, those are the extremes. Like, there's nothing, I don't feel, or like you're playing with the void critters, but I don't feel like there's anything for like
a normal kid.
like what normal kids might have.
Whatever normal is.
I don't know. But yeah, so I feel like that's missing, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know. I played the void critters, and it's kind of fun. Like, it is kind of fun to have them. I mean, it's a little bit irritating that the only way you can get cards from either ordering packs online, you can purchase them online, you can dig through garbage or logs for toys, or you can trade them. And so it's like, I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it differently, but I'm just kind of like, I don't want to go digging through the garbage can for toys.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's fun. Like, it's a fun little thing, and I could see it being fun. But it also, you can't do anything with it once you're a teenager. You can't look for them anymore. You can't play them anymore, and you only get how many days as a kid?
Yeah.
If you're playing on normal lifespan, like 5, 6.
No, it's like 12.
But it's still not enough. I don't think it's personally I think is enough to get them. You have to train them to get them better. And then by the time I feel like you do that and play, you're already ready to be done with it. Anyways, so.
Well, I think that what the problem is that in this game, they fail to recognize that the teenagers are not little adults.
Right.
You know, teenagers have very much childish elements to them still because they're not grown yet.
Well, that was one thing. So, and I guess it's occurred to me before, but today in particular, it stood out, and I knew we were talking tonight. So I was like, okay. You know, I'm starting this new family rotation, and I have aging off so that I can play it at my own pace and I don't have to worry about it. But I want to make, obviously, all the kids look a little different. So there's this one family, they have 2 teenagers at this point and 1 child. And I realized that in Sims 3, we had teenager clothes that were different from adult clothes, and we don't have that now. Because I want to dress them, one to look younger, like she's 13, and one to look older, like she's 16.
Right.
And there's a huge difference between like a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't find, I found clothes. I made it work. But I was thinking to myself, like, that's a pack I would love. Like the teen stuff.
Teen stuff, yeah.
Like where we have stuff specifically for teens that again, they're not little adults. They have their own, they should have their own clothes, their own hairstyles, stuff like that. They don't. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know that the kids' stuff pack wasn't going to incorporate that, but I suppose as I was playing, I was like, why do you just go from like being able to play with toys and like dress in different clothes to having to be a young adult?
Yeah.
Basically, but you have to go to school.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you can mess around instead of
whatever, same thing. We know what you're doing under those sheets and in the closets.
messing around, just messing around.
But what? Well, that's kind of the same thing of what I was saying on the forums a couple days ago about the interactions. Like, why can't a parent interact with their child the way that they do from childhood to teenagehood all the way through their whole life? You know?
Yeah. Which is a good point. Let's put the link. We won't go into a long discussion about that right now, but the link's going to be in the description about that conversation, because it is really interesting what Jess brought up and what a lot of the other players have brought up about that. So check that out. Join in. So the other things that we have to talk about are the nanny patch, our favorite topic, monsters under the bed, and then the visual outfit chooser, which we don't have a ton to say on. But do you want to start with monsters under the bed since we can rant on that?
I conceptually, I think the monsters under the bed is a good idea. It adds another element to the game, to your storytelling. Cool. All right. But it happens far too often. And it's so dramatic. Like, why? Okay. If you have several children in a room, like, you have a small house and all the kids share a room, why do all the kids wake up when there is one monster under one bed? I mean, why would I know about a monster under my sister's bed? And then why do the kids have to wake up every adult in the house? I mean, wake up one parent, have them come spray under the bed, and then all 3 of you or whatever can go back to sleep. I mean, why does it have to be such a huge production? And it happens several times a night sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I remember I don't know if I didn't have the patch right away or I didn't get a chance to play or whatever, but you had talked about it and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I started playing and I was like, why does this happen so much?
Yeah.
And it does. If you don't have a nightlight in that room, it'll happen like twice a night, 3 times, depending on how tired they are from being awake.
Right?
It's interesting. I've not yet been able to interact with the monster under the bed. So anyone who has been, I'd be super interested in hearing about what that looks like.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Because I'll have the children try it and it'll say that like he's not interested or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested if you left any comments about what that interaction looks like, if you've had success with it. But yeah, like it's not like having an invisible friend, I assume, which I really miss and loved. I know. You're not as whimsical as some of us are.
That's true.
I did. Anyways, that's another topic for another day. But yeah, it's very annoying, and I don't see any good in it happening all the time.
Or if it is going to happen several times, like give it a time limit. Like one time the monster showed up like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I know it's technically nighttime, but a child wouldn't do that. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning screaming for their parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that happens in the middle of the night.
They should come out of the closets, monsters.
Ooh, I would love that.
Yeah, if you're listening. Just saying. You can credit us. All right, so the nanny patch. I have not yet used the nanny.
Me neither. I've seen it.
Yeah, so we were talking about that. What did you see?
I saw some good things, but, I saw that the nanny will hang out with the children, like child-age children. Like they'll come talk, I think they hang out with teens too, but it's mainly geared toward children and babies. But I don't think and they'll do stuff around the house. I mean, they're not maids, but if there's stuff to be done, they'll probably do it. But like I was saying to you before, in my world, there is a very distinct difference between a nanny and a babysitter. A nanny is someone, well, not necessarily, but
Should be.
a nanny should be a skilled person who is paid to care for children because he or she knows how to take care of kids.
Right.
And with that expectation, I would expect that the nanny would know what to do when the baby starts crying. Because in a Let's Play I saw one time, baby was screaming her head off. Nanny comes in, she's playing with the baby and cooing and, rocking it, whatever. And then so the baby is still upset and the nanny leaves. They go talk to the child and I'm like, hey, the baby's still screaming.
You did not do your job.
Yeah. So, eventually the nanny, decided the child was hungry and fed her. But, it was hours late. Well, some hours later. And I'm like, how come this nanny doesn't know? I mean, isn't the nanny supposed to be, a child caretaker?
You'd think.
Not a babysitter.
Although if you pay a babysitter, you'd still want them to take care of your child. But
Well, yeah, but I mean, I would expect that kind of negligence from a babysitter, not a nanny.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So let's hope they work that out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So. All right, and then this is my little favorite thing that I love from the updates. Is that visual outfit chooser? It makes my life so much easier.
It is nice.
I don't ever remember which outfits I make, which numbers.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to click on the sim, see all the outfits actually, and click on it and make sure I get the one I want.
Yeah, instead of trying on all 5 of them. It's that was outfit number 5. Of course it was.
Or it's 3, but I thought it was 4, but then I thought it was 5. Then it had to have been 2. Then it must be 1. Then it was. Yeah, so 10 points for them as well for that. So they've earned 20, but I'm not sure how far in the negatives EA is. So
yeah, I think they're still in the negative with us.
I mean, it's so funny because for as much as we complain, I love playing the game.
Yes.
There are just things that don't always make sense to me that I just wish would be a little different. That's okay. As a complete side note, the one thing that I do really, really appreciate, Julie V, who's one of our sim friends from the community, she got to go to Gamescom.
Yes.
Which was awesome. And in her review, her blog review online, she said that in the panel that one of the things EA really wanted to do was just to make the game comedically goofy and like whimsical as it can be. And I will say, with that in mind, as I play the game more, there are like certain things like interactions that the Sims do, or like the monsters under the bed, even though they're a little too often. I do keep that in the back of my mind of like, you know, it would be kind of depressing if it was super real. Like, do you know what I mean? So I appreciate its whimsy. I do appreciate some of the goofy, out of place moments that in my head I'm like, but yeah, so just want to add that in.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree. I mean, I think I definitely laugh a lot more while playing this game than, you know, like Sims 3, definitely Sims 1. Sims 2, I don't know. I don't remember if I thought it was funny, but Sims 4 is definitely a hilarious game.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the humor behind it. But I mean, I do struggle with, again, we all struggle with certain things. Like in my story, the one that I'm going to start writing, I'm going to struggle because having the baby bassinet be an object, it won't be able to come from house to house with them. And I would like for it to be like at the house when they're all at the grandparents' house or something like that. So those
Well, you can do it. Just keep moving the baby in and out.
Right. So without having to go to 3,000 load screens and change the entire like layout of the game, I can't do it. And I get it. There are moments where like I'm going to have to do that in order to have some sort of control over what's happening. But yeah, so there are like little things where I'm like, oh, it should be easier to take the baby to the grandparents' house than having to switch them into the grandparents' house. But okay. But overall, we loved 2 out of the 3 packs that came out on our hiatus. Rumors are City Life is coming out next. I'm seeing even more renderings and things of it online now. They just released another picture supposedly from it. So let's keep. I mean, I think that would be fun. I think that you guys would end up with a really good surprise, from me at least, if City Life comes out next.
Yes.
But yeah, overall, I think that as far as that stuff goes, 10 points for EA. So now they're up to 30. You guys are going to be out of the negative soon. All that. Yeah. So I think that's it, right?
That's it.
So thanks for joining us for episode 1 of season 2 of Simmer's Tab. You guys have a lot to look forward to. This season is still going to have our beautiful faces. But there are going to be a lot of new things that we didn't do for season 1. Yeah, and we have some awesome special guests lined up for you too. We're not giving any of them.
Yeah.
But we do have some awesome special guests lined up. So we're excited to chat with those people and bring you the conversations. And yeah, you know, the usual. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment on the video. Yeah, chat with us on Twitter, on the forums, all that good stuff. And I think that's it. See you next Tuesday.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.